From a very early age, I had a very clear sense of how I wanted to spend my life. I wanted to play baseball for the Minnesota Twins. So desperately, in fact, I made my own baseball card. Now, as it turns out, I got some feedback that perhaps my skill set was better suited in the office, not on the field. So I got a job with the Twins in the office, and it was simply amazing. I loved every minute. Fun, collaborative, great environment, team-based. And then the 1994 baseball players' strike occurred. The players walked out. People like me, we got pink slips, which weren't pink, but we got shown the door in August of 1994. It was a sad day, but about 6 months later, I got the kind of call that you remember for the rest of your life. It was a call with a job offer, and I was giddy. I got my own business/baseball card. I was working for the Twins. It was great. I got up to the dome, and all of a sudden I realized this wasn't the same environment. The people were the same, the space was the same, but the culture had shifted from the time of the strike until that period in time. It was brutal. All of a sudden the fun and the collaboration were gone. What showed up for me was an intense pain in my stomach. I was 22 years old. I had this early stages of a severe ulcer, and I was simply miserable. I made the very painful decision to give up that dream at the ripe age of 22. I quit my dream job, and I went, as a lot of us do in our early 20s, on a soul-searching exhibit to find out how I should spend my life. So I bought a really nice flashlight, and I went and found rocks, and I stared into the night sky with my awesome flashlight. Now, in the 90s, which was the previous century, we would go meet people to talk about networking things. There was no Google. When you wanted to find out what you wanted to do and what you should do with your life, what we did in the 90s is quite simple. We went to this place. We went to the Chi-Chi's in Burnsville. And I met a woman there, and she told me about organization development, which was geared towards eliminating the dysfunction in your workplace. And I thought, damn, these burritos are good, and I'm hooked. So I changed my path. I had experienced job dysfunction. I'd given up on a dream, and I thought, you know what? I know that bad jobs kill us slowly. I have seen that. I have experienced it in my stomach. I have experienced it on my drive into work. And so that was that. I decided I'm out of here. Bad jobs kill us slowly. I'm all about OD. That's my individual story. There's a bigger story. There's a small institution on the West Coast. I'm not sure how to pronounce it. I think it's Stanford. They recently showed comorbidity stats are equal. Your workplace stress and secondhand smoke have the same impact on your health. But we stay in these jobs, don't we? And we count our days to our retirement because we're afraid of losing our job, our benefits, or that retirement date getting pushed back. And guess what? We're just bringing our own secondhand smoke to our neighbors. That's at an individual level. At a macro level, the cost on the U.S. economy is annually estimated at $300 billion per year. Lost productivity, involuntary turnover, $300 billion a year. Now, we can talk all we want about being good stewards and being good corporate citizens, but the people who are walking into our offices every day are miserable. They are stressed. They are bringing that stress, and we are looking for excuses as to why we can't help in HR. We're pointing our fingers at not being at the table, not having budget, or the wellness program not getting approval. But when are we going to think about that sustainability of that individual employee who walks through our doors every day? Now, we can think about why we can't do something, but a more powerful question is, what can we do? And I'm a big fan of small habits and small actions creating a bigger change. So make sure your break room is amazing. Get great coffee. Make sure the person who needs to get promoted gets that promotion. And if somebody needs to be shown the door, do it with grace. Now we can figure out all sorts of different ways, and we can wait for one single amazing human to walk through our door, but we're probably not going to get that. We need to show up each day and do our own work, and maybe, just maybe, if you have a great graphic designer, your dreams can come true as well. Thank you.